or typically have an interest in it. That's just kind of been my opinion. Here's another 1999. Again, nothing significant about the serial number. I always check for the plate number. I think that's just a habit now. Some people collect dollar bills from that era. And I mean, actually, the ones that I've found have not been too beat up. Again, just not my cup of tea. You'll also see too here that this stamp is a little lower on the one, the word one, than it normally is. Not an error per se. You know, obviously it's not what the mint intended, but it doesn't inherently carry a significant value. So 32326337. Okay, lots of threes. Nothing super exciting there. So again, we've gone through 150 and found 2 star notes. Got 100 left. We'll go through another 50. And again, my average typically is for every $100 that I go through, typically find 1 star note. Not too bad, you know, because honestly, most of this is just going to go back to the bank anyway, you know, and the star notes, there was a while when I first got into this, you know, I was collecting the star notes, and then I found a guy that, you know, for every 5 that I had, he'd give me like $7 for them, you know. So I did that for a little while, and you know, after a while, I just kind of decided to hang on to them. And you know, the more that I talk to people about star notes, they just don't really know that much about them. So it is nice. I kind of like, you know, having the different numbers and years. Now this one's got 4 zeros. You know, you prefer the 4 zeros to be in the front of the serial number or at the tail end. Also, that dollar bill is seen some better days. You know, but low serial numbers definitely have a premium on them. High serial numbers too, for that matter. You know, again, but this is not a retirement strategy. When you were going through dollar bills, if you're not doing it because you're interested in it, this is going to become a very tedious task. But it is pretty cool just to kind of go through them and see what kind of interesting notes you can find. I think my ultimate find would be to find my date of birth. You know, if I could find my date of birth, I think that I would be super stoked about that. I think that would be my ultimate goal, just to be able to hang a dollar bill that's got my date of birth on the wall. My most significant find thus far is I went to a bank in a little town outside of mine. I think I got $200 in singles, and within that $200 there was 15 silver certificates. They were all in a row. Looked like probably, you know, some old lady or some old man had taken his old currency to the bank and just got face value for it. Honestly, the bills were in such poor condition, they were really only worth face value. But at the same time, you know, they were from 1957 and 1963. Old silver certificates and bar notes, and you know, those were ones that I definitely hung on to. Those are ones that I'm going to cherish as a cool find. Not particularly valuable, but definitely have a lot of meaning to me. You don't find that in everyday circulation. In fact, I haven't found any silver certificates in circulation except for those. I think there were 13 all clumped together. That was definitely a cool little find that day. Let's see. So if my calculations are right, we should find a star note either in this strap or the next strap of 50s. These are pretty beat up dollars here. The bank that I went to is pretty close to a college campus. So who knows how many bars or whatever college kids do with their singles. I'm not going to speculate on that. But it brings me to a good topic. Wash your hands when you're done going through dollar bills. You just never know where these things have been. And it's a family-friendly channel, so I will leave that at that. Just wash your hands when you're done with your hunt. Just to be on the safe side of cleanliness, for sure. That is my public health service announcement. Let's see. These notes at the end are a little bit better condition. Again, those first few notes, man, those were trashed. Again, you know, I kind of am focused on the serial numbers, the date. If you guys see anything that I miss, you know, put it in the comments below. I think, you know, due to the length of this video, I will probably, I'll do the coins in the next video. I want to, you know, kind of starting off this channel. Don't want my videos to be super long. Nobody really has time to go watch, you know, an hour worth of video. You know, but I feel like shorter videos, more education, more discussion makes for a better video. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but go ahead and put it in the link below what you like to hear about, what you like to see in regards to the dollar bills. Some of them I will, you know, I'll ponder out a little bit longer than normal, but for the most part, you know, I kind of try to go through these fast as possible. And, you know, again, today I'm just kind of looking for those star notes and any serial numbers that are really going to pop off for me. Not seeing them. Not particularly in this batch. Again, you know, the more batches that you're going to go through, you know, the more fines you are going to have. This is not something that you should expect to go to the bank, get a strap of dollars, and find gold right away. You do got to do your due diligence and go through a lot of dollar bills. All right, so nothing in that strap. Still sitting at 2 star notes right there. And we will we'll finish up with this last strap. And then we'll probably wrap this video up. 6161 at the end, GG at the ends. I like those book notes. In the middle, we got 5, 8, 8, 9. You know, so if that was a 5 instead of a 9, I'd probably hang on to that. Even though it's not a trinary per se, but it would look pretty appealing to the eye. Same as if that was a 9. If this was a 9, this might actually even be one of those flipper notes where you'd be able to flip it upside down and have the number, you know, still be the same, or not the same, but close to the same, or at least legible. But again, I don't know much about it. They don't really interest me that much. So I don't really, you know, again, there's so many things that you can look for. And, you know, it's a very personal, I found out that, you know, this journey through dollars, it's very personal. You know, you're going to find things that you like, you have an inkling for, and that you seek out. And that's, again, that's what makes it cool too. You know, my kids see currency differently now, which I think is good. I think the more you know about what you got, you know, the better off you're going to be in the long run. So always, you know, always educate yourself on what you're looking for. So 4, 5, 6. Here's a cool little, I mean, that's the beginning of a ladder. You'd like that 1, 2, 3 at the beginning, followed by the 4, 5. You know, but again, those are pretty rare. I don't know the statistics on some of these. If you look at some websites, they'll tell you what the statistics are for finding, you know, finding a star node versus finding a ladder versus finding, you know, a radar, which is the numbers read the same forward and backwards. It's always interesting, these kind of bills right here. Man, they look old. You flip them, you're like, oh wow, that thing's pretty old, and then you get into them and not that old after all. So I will work on the camera angle too. Not sure what is showing up best. I don't really get a preview of the camera the way that it's set up right now. I'm still kind of tweaking it out, seeing what's going to work best for videos like this as well as streams. I always like to have, you know, I always like to be able to see the dollars or the coins that, you know, that the person is flipping through. The more eyes on it, the more likely you are to find something. Now, so I like this one, and I don't really know why. It's just kind of appealing to the eye. The bill is in horrible shape. I mean, this thing has been bleh. The more I look at it, the less I like it. But it's got a lot of zeros, small numbers up front. You know, this is it's 1.5 million. Yeah. Probably just take that one back to the bank. But numbers like that, it kind of stood out, jumped out at me, and again, that's something that I like. It was one of those, excuse me, that was a good example of something that jumped out at me and then didn't jump out at me upon further examination. Another thing that I also like to look for myself, I want to find my phone number one of these days, either my very first phone number or the phone number that I have now. I always thought that would be kind of cool. Obviously, there are, you know, 8 numbers here, but anything that would have my phone number on it would be pretty cool. Nothing really cool there. 1 at the end makes it not a trinary. Again, here's another, here's 2009. Man, this looks like an old note, but in fact, it's not really that old at all. Let's see what we got. So here's another 1999. I'm finding a lot of 1999s today. But again, I mean, not the greatest of condition. Pretty worn out. Not gonna hang on to it. Not gonna do it. There's some heavy doubling on that too, right there. Again, to me, the doubling, the funny thing about the doubling is whenever I watch other people's videos, they always point it out as being unique or interesting, but nobody really hangs on to them. I think it's more important once you have, say, a star note, you know, or a rare serial number, then if there's doubling on it, maybe that kind of increases the value a little bit. But again, you know, if you go in your local coin shop, they are guaranteed to have some unique bills out. And I guarantee they're not selling anyone just because they have the heavy doubling on them. So unless you're into that kind of thing, I wouldn't really, you know, pull those out of circulation again unless it was a pretty unique serial number or it, you know, was a star node or something that's a little more of an oddity than just, you know, a heavy number. Let's see. So again, not finding as much as I would have liked today as far as the currency goes. The unique serial numbers kind of just seem to be a hit or miss thing. You know, you never really know when you're going to find them. I do feel like that once you find one, though, you tend to find more. So I usually know within probably the first strap, you know, what the day is going to kind of be like. There's another star note, 2017. I think that's another New Yorker. So we'll go ahead and once we're done here, we will go and look those up and see what they are. I'm pretty familiar with the 2017s and 2018 star notes. I believe those are not that rare. Usually a run of 3.2 million. So rounding out this stack, nothing that is jumping out at me. So we're going to go ahead and let's check out these star note print runs. Let's see. So I will put a link in the description below for the website that I used for my star note lookup. It is my currency collection. So the first star note that I'll look up the 2013 first. So we have a serial number of K202 86673. All right, so it'll show you up here whether or not it'll show you the run size. So this particular run size is less rare. And then it'll kind of show you the K series for that 2013. Mine is falling right in there. So 3,200,000. Again, not very rare, but unique. I will hang on to it. Next one that we got a couple of 2017. So up here we'll put in 2017. Let's see. They're both B's. 0283436. And again, this one is not that rare. Run size of 3.2 million. And you'll see that all of them from 2017 from the New York, as indicated by the B on the dollar bill, have a print run of 3.2 million. So guess what? That means that this little buddy has a print run of 3.2 million. So I'm not even going to have to look that one up. It'll show you the date ranges, or the print ranges, and that definitely falls within that run size. So thanks for stopping in. Please hit that like or subscribe button, and I will see you next time.